Good morning. So, I decided to do this outside on our new patio and deck and in the hammock. It's such a nice morning. It's nice and cool and sunny. So I wanted to finally do my keto video. I didn't want to do it ahead of time because I've failed. I don't know if I should say failed, but I've not succeeded in the past at this, and I don't really have a lot of faith in myself. So I was just like, well, we'll just take it one day at a time. And now we're at the end of March, and so this is my third month of completing a third month of following the keto lifestyle or diet or whatever you want to call it. I have lost 30 pounds now. I hit my official 30 pounds mark this month, so that's really cool. Or like this week, a few days ago. I started at 240 pounds on January 1st, and it's now March 29th. Yeah, 29th. And I am at officially 210, so that's cool. I'm also really tall. I'm 5'10" or 11, depending on who you ask. So I don't really notice a difference yet. It's like some of my old clothes fit better and things like that, but I don't really notice a whole lot of difference. I guess I will later. It's not been that hard to follow this. I think that I'm kind of a picky eater. I don't eat any fruit. I don't like the texture of fruit, so people that love fruit have a really hard time cutting out the fruit because of the carbs and just eating the berries that they're allowed. I don't have any problem with that because I don't like the fruit anyways, so I don't eat it either way. I am very picky with vegetables. I only mostly like the green vegetables, and those are the low carb ones anyways. And I like cauliflower, which is not green, but that one's a low carb one also. So I eat a lot of broccoli and spinach and Brussels sprouts and asparagus and cauliflower. Those are pretty much all my go-to vegetables, and I probably don't eat them enough, but in the beginning I did. I try to make sure that I got a few vegetables in a day. Not with every meal, but I did pretty good with those. And so the premise behind this whole lifestyle, diet, or eating style, or whatever you want to call it, is you eat low carb, so you keep your carbs below 20 grams, and you eat medium protein. So if it was on a pie chart, you would see the pie chart would show a little sliver of carbs, and you just really want to stick to like the natural carbs that are in things, not like, oh, I'm going to eat bread today and eat all my carbs in one slice of bread. And then medium protein and high fat. You're not going crazy on like junk food either. People that are a little bit more strict are eating super, super clean and no wheat at all, nothing. I am a little bit more lax on the way I eat. I try to keep it very clean, but I'll eat, occasionally the low carb tortillas that HEB has. But whenever I notice that I'm like eating a whole bunch of it, then I kind of take it down a notch. I don't usually like to have more than one or maybe two in a day because that just eats up all your carbs, because there's still 4 grams per tortilla. And that's a lot when I'm like, no, I want to eat cheese and I want to eat cream cheese and all these other things that have a little bit of carbs in them, and it adds up. In the past, I've tried this, lost a little weight, and then got lazy and just gained it all back again. So I've never, while trying, lost more than like 10 pounds. So this is a lot for me. I'm surprised. Still don't believe it. But yeah, I definitely have tried the keto thing in the past. I've tried Weight Watchers. I've tried Nutrisystem. I've tried just going and working out. Last year on January 1st, I was like, I'm going to work out every single day. Every day without fail, workout. I did it for 156 days and lost nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yes, I gained a little muscle. I didn't lose any inches. I was tracking those. It was stupid. Like, I am mad at myself for such a waste of time when it's really all about your eating. Like, you have to eat right. It doesn't matter if you work out a shit ton. Like, you have to eat right. So anyways, this go around, I was like, you know what? I'm going to see what happens if I can see how long I can go, kind of like I did the 156 days straight of working out. See how long I can go with eating keto without fail, like without going off of that, without cheating, not even like a little bite, like, oh, I'm going to taste this, whatever I made for the girls. No. So, yeah, out of these 3 months, I've not skipped a beat, like, at all. And that's, for me, like, I don't know for other people, but that is the key for me. And I think that people that have a hard time trying to figure out, why is it not working for me? That's why. You're taking little snacks of things, or you're saying, oh, well, I'll do it during the weekday and not on the weekends, or whatever else, because I did all that. It didn't work then. I'm not really working out either. I will go occasionally to Anytime Fitness during my my lunch breaks, and, you know, do maybe like 15 minutes on the elliptical or lift a few weights, but nothing really dedicated. I haven't really had too much of a problem losing without that. And right now we're home with this quarantine stuff, so I have been trying to make sure that I eat right still, and but I haven't really gotten, I mean, the gyms aren't open, so I'm not going to work out. And at home, I don't get as much steps either, but I'm still losing a little bit. So it's been steady. For a little while when we were first home, I was like kind of wanting to eat everything and eat sweets and things like that. And I use like the monk fruit sweetener and the Swerve erythritol sweeteners to, you know, replace sugar and not have any carbs in it. So like last night, my family had a strawberry pie from all the strawberries my husband made from scratch, a strawberry pie, and it was really pretty and everything. I don't like strawberries, so I mean, I like the taste of them, but it's all about the texture. I don't like textures. I'm a texture person. So I did make them whipped cream for their strawberry pie, and I didn't tell them, but I put some of my Swerve in it instead, so that way it was cream, heavy whipping cream, and Swerve, and then I could have some. So then I made myself a mug cake and threw the Swerve on top. I mean the whipped cream with the Swerve on top of my little mug cake made with almond flour and all that stuff to make it low carb for me. And so I'll do like little things like that. It makes it a lot easier. Like I said before, that I have to stay like very strict with it, and it's really not that hard. Like, you just make choices that are the right choices and keep it simple. Like, I don't really have the desire to go and make like a huge meal and then go, oh, and now I have to figure out the ingredients and like break it down. I'm just like, meat, cheese, eggs, a vegetable, butter, olive oil, you know, just like measure out what you're eating with the food scale, plug it into your my carb manager. That's the app that I use, and I'll show it. Plug it all in, and then you're done. Like, it's really, it seems daunting at first, but it's really not that hard. Hey, I'm talking, not you. She's talking to the cows. So anyways, it's not that difficult once you get the hang of it. So just, if you want to try it out, go ahead and do your research first, and then just jump into it, and but be ready to actually do it. You can't half-ass this. Like, you have to actually do it, and otherwise it doesn't work. Let's see, the keto flu. So I hate hearing the keto flu because it makes you sound like it's this terrible thing and people quit because of it. It's your body is addicted to sugar and carbs and all kinds of stuff. So like, yeah, you're gonna go through a little withdrawal, but the biggest thing is like that makes people feel sick is the electrolyte imbalance. And so people are like, oh, I get these headaches, so I drank tons of more water, because you need more water because you're super thirsty and you're peeing so much because you're not having carbohydrates, because carbohydrates hydrate you, keep you hydrated. They keep the water in your body. You're not eating those, so you have to replace the water. Well, when you desalinize your body by throwing a ton of water without adding any electrolytes in there, you're going to feel like you're going to die. You're feeling very sick because your body is like, I need sodium, potassium, and magnesium to be okay. So you need to find ways to replace those. I think that all these gimmicky, super expensive electrolyte keto things that you can buy at the store are dumb. I'm like, literally get salt and eat it. Like, I was getting bone broth or just like the cheap bouillon cubes and using my coffee maker and making some hot water and throwing that in there, mixing it up and chugging the broth at night. And I would feel so much better in the morning when I woke up. Also, I was taking 1 to 2 of the 500 milligram pills of magnesium. And those are help me a lot because I get restless leg syndrome and my legs are like horrible feeling. I'm like, please stop wanting to jerk around. I had a few more symptoms still, and I wasn't really eating a ton of like avocado with the potassium in it. You can get potassium other ways, but avocado is the best way for, at least for keto, because most people are like bananas, but no, you don't have a banana. It's like a ton of carbs. Avocado is where it's at. And I wasn't eating that much of avocado, so I just bought some potassium tablets also, but you have to be careful not to take too much because you can make yourself really sick. Yeah, so it all balanced out within 2 weeks, and I got the hang of adding a little bit more salt than the general American diet likes you to have, because the sodium problems in this country, because of the carbs and the heart disease and all this stuff. Well, all of this way of eating, it makes people think, well, that's too much fat. You're going to get high cholesterol, you're going to have high sodium and all this stuff. But taking out the factor of the carbohydrates takes out those other factors too. Taking out those sugars and the breads and the wheat and the carbs and replacing them with other good things are where it balances out. So a lot of people have really, really good results with this and getting off of their diabetes medication and etc., all that stuff. I'm lucky so far that I don't have to do any of that stuff yet, but you know what? Everybody, like my dad's side of the family, has all kinds of heart problems and, or I'm not necessarily his side of the family, but he had open heart surgery and diabetes and heart disease and strokes, and he eventually died from the strokes and everything that led to all the other health problems that trickled down from there. So I'm like, isn't that reason enough for me to want to be healthy? I've gotten a lot of criticism from people that are around me all the time that are like, what are you doing? Why are you eating like that? That's stupid. That's not healthy. That's crazy. Well, Like, this is the only thing so far that's worked for me. I've never in my life just like lost 30 pounds. Like, that's crazy. I can put it on and nobody complains about that. But then when I'm losing the weight, then they're like, what are you doing? That's not healthy. Well, no. Why would getting thinner and, you know, getting healthy be healthy? That doesn't make sense, right? Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and let you see what I eat in a day, and let me know in the comments what you think, and if you have any questions. All right, guys, peace. So my favorite easy meal that I like to do occasionally is this one here, and it has all your balanced out macros, so that makes me happy. And it says to add 2 scoops to to 1 cup of water, but I like to add unsweetened almond milk, and I like to do 3 scoops and 1.5 of this, and then occasionally when I want it to be like a little bit more flavorful, it's really good by itself, but I'll do a little cocoa powder and a little bit sweeter, and then make it a little fancy with a little bit of my favorite chocolate on top. All right, let's do this.